Hi, today's training is all about helping you think about actively designing your career or designing your income, if you want to put it that way. So the very simple question is, do you have a plan to build your career? Because surprisingly, most people don't. It's actually a very, very common thing that when I'm working with clients or when we're talking about achieving something, they don't have a longer term plan, but the most successful people do. That's the big difference. They have multiple steps in their plan, whereas workers, and most people fall in the worker category, and this is the Genius Zone model I use when I'm working with people to help them discover where they're best suited in work. And some people are natural innovators, some people are natural managers, some people are best in the worker zone. All three are really important. There's more to this model than you just think from having three circles in a Venn diagram. But most workers tend to think from one job to the next. So that's because as a worker, and we pretty much all start out this way. I remember when I first started my first job as a worker, you're trained to be task orientated, to do tasks, and then the next level of tasks and the next level of tasks. But if you want to be higher up, say a director, for example, you need to think like an innovator, and an innovator creates the plan or the strategy for the business. The ability to think strategically is one of the core skills of a leader. And without this skill, you might remain stuck in the weeds of doing things, doing tasks. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's where you are most valuable, that's where you're happiest. And the Genius Zone model I used is actually helping people not just be where they're most valuable, but actually what they enjoy most. So some people are very happy to stay in that worker zone, perfecting their skills and being good at what they do. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to build your career, you need to think about creating a plan, whether it's your own business or starting your own business or if you're employed. So successful people, ambitious people, always have a plan. Successful people have a plan. Now, they can grab opportunities as they arise. It doesn't stop them doing that. But they direct and control their career. So when I was talking to my team about this, when we were designing this out, and they were a bit puzzled because they thought they had a plan. And then when I asked them, they realized that they hadn't really thought more than one step beyond where they are now. So they didn't really have a plan at all. So the simple question for you is, are you designing the direction of your career or letting somebody else direct it for you? And it's usually the boss that you have at the moment who does that. Because as workers, we're told this is your next step. This is what you should be doing next. Or if you've not got a great boss, they won't do this for you. One of the most important things people desire when they're in employment is having a career pathway. But a lot of bosses don't care because they just want you to do what they want you to do. Or as we've discovered over many years of working with people, they actually hold people back because it suits them for you to stay where you are, because it's beneficial for them to make sure you don't leave. So who's directing your career? That's what I want you to think about. And if you are not directing your career, it means either there is no direction or somebody else is doing it for you. So as I said, not everybody wants to have a career which they want to improve on. Some people are very happy where they are. That's absolutely fine. But if you have a bit of ambition and you think, I could do more than this, that's what we specialize in. Most of the people we work with are nowhere near using their skills. And one of the things that often happens is because they often don't believe in themselves. They don't realize their own value. They don't realize how good they are or how good they could be because they've never even thought about this, or that they got a bit of imposter syndrome, or they fear changing something in their lives or their career and they end up being unsuccessful. So excessive fear, imposter syndrome, things like that often get in the way of people realizing how valuable and how good they are and what they could do. It's a very common thing we deal with. So if you think, hang on a second, I could be doing more of this, I should be doing more than this, then you can always give us a call, because this is what we specialize in. And people, if you have an ambition, if you have a desire to achieve more, but you won't let yourself, or you don't know how, this is not career management as such. We're not career consultants, but what we do is we are very, very good at helping people believe in themselves so they will take that next step forward. So if you don't have the confidence, you don't have the willingness to put yourself forward, perhaps you have a hard time communicating how good you are, perhaps you find it difficult or even arrogant or fearful of being called arrogant to say how good you are. These are all the things we deal with, because these things are the things that really get in the way, not people's lack of talent or their lack of skill. And we've worked with people who've, for years and years and years, have got a desire, but they won't let themselves use it for whatever reason. And we're really good at clearing that out. So the question is, do you want to be in control of your career, or you're going to let somebody else do it? And if you're someone who has that ambition and that desire, but you won't let yourself take control yet, then get in touch, book in a call, send us an inquiry at the email address there. And I promise you, we can help you. We've been doing this for a long time. We're very successful at it. So I hope this has helped you think of that really important question. Who's in control of your career? Do you have a plan or not? Thanks for your time, and I hope this has been useful to you.